I'm going to show you guys some of the best face tricks if you're a beginner to Fortnite competitive. They're really useful, especially during box fight situations, because you can make really smart peeks and moves using them. Some of them are really easy, some of them are really complex, but as I said, they're really useful, so make sure you stick around till the end to watch all the ones I show you today. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe with notifications on. Also, head over to the item shop, just like this, and use creator code MELLO MXLLO because it helps a lot. And yeah, now let's get into it. So the first face trick is actually really simple. All you have to do, like if someone's boxed up like this, all you have to do is go down here. Every time you spray their floor or you pickaxe their floor while walking forward, you will get into their box every time, and then you will be phasing the floor because they're obviously going to be holding it, and then with the phone, you're 100% in, and then but I only recommend doing this one because your enemy is low. So if your enemy is not low and they have like full shield or something and you saw them heal, I don't recommend doing this trick. So the second face trick is actually really easy as well. So if you have your enemies, or if you have a cone over your enemy's box and your enemy's right box up on there and this is their floor, if you want, you can get the floor low. They'll be looking up trying to hold the floor, which is why this is going to be a face trick. So all you have to do is walk up to a cone edited like this, make sure it's yours or something, and then you just and you will always get into the box. I don't have anyone right now with me, so they aren't holding it, but they will hold it, but you will face the box no matter what. Also, there's another one where if you edit the cone like this will work as well. Just make sure, just like the last cone, you're hitting your head on this like edited cone, just like I am. Not over here, because then you won't be able to go down. They'll just hold the floor. If you are hitting your head on the cone, you will 100% get in. Just remember, since this is your enemy's floor and you are doing this, and if you use a pickaxe, they might just edit you down if they're a good player and just pump you in the head. But if they are low, or if you have an SMG, I recommend spraying the face trick so that you won't be able to get some damage off at them, and you'll be able to get into the box without them knowing. Also, make sure you aren't spraying at the cone, because that's not where you want to spray. You want to be spraying at the floor, so make sure that's where you're spraying. So similar to the last trick I just showed you, another face trick is if your opponent is boxed up in this box, what you can do is you can place a ramp above their box, place another ramp so you're like one floor above the box, edit the ramp like that so they can't place a cone above their box and you have a free area to jump on. Get the floor 1 HP, because now if I shoot the bullet once from my SMG or shotgun, I'll be able to get into their box instantly, and with momentum while jumping, I'll just be able to phase through their floor even if they're holding. So what you do here is, once the floor is 1 HP and you have an edited ramp just like this, make sure you're one box above so you get the momentum, and then you jump, spray, and make sure you shoot your SMG bullet the second you touch the floor, or 1 second before you touch the floor, because you'll be able to get into their box instantly even if they're holding the floor. And I've done this many times, and the opponent really just doesn't see. They might see spraying the floor or whatever, obviously, but if you jump in instantly, you'll die, or maybe even get the elimination. If you're ever in a build fight situation and your enemy's boxed up and you see that there's no cone inside of their box, there's a really simple trick to put a cone into their box, which will either make them panic or you'll be able to take their wall first try if you have 0 ping. I don't, but yeah, so if you have 0 ping, you can just take their wall or something. They won't expect a cone to be placed into the box, or they'll panic and edit it out to the sides where you could easily just pre-box them or something and get a free like kill on them. But as you can see, in this box there's no cone. To place a cone in a box, all you have to do is look at the bottom. So look at this rail right here. So if you look at it, you should be able to place a cone in their box just like that. So I'm looking at that. As you can see, I placed a cone in the floor. So let me try this again. So if you look right under this wall, you can place a cone through there, and if you might even get them stuck inside the cone, so they might edit down, and as I said, they're going to edit like this floor right here, and then the box and pump them, or they'll edit to the sides, and you can get a free shot or kill on them there as well. So one of the phase tricks that I use a lot is if an enemy is up just like this and you see that they don't have a cone in their box, just like the last trick, instead of placing a cone and phasing it, especially if they're on the floor where you can't place a cone in their box most of the times, if they're holding their wall, you can spray their wall and always get a ramp through no matter how much ping you have. So they'll be holding the wall, but if you hold your ramp button out, you can place a ramp in their box. It works every time. And what it'll do is with a flash trick, it'll make them panic, but this time they're going to edit out from the sides or drop, so you can get a free box on them. So you spray it, that'll be their wall. They'll either edit out this way, you can get or they'll edit out this way, which you most likely will get out of your sight, and you're just going to have to continue to fight. Or, as I said, they're going to edit down, and you can get a free pre-box there as well, which will give you the free elimination. They'll also try taking your thing, or you can just like if they don't get out, or just behind the wall and just try getting a kill on them, you know, because they can't place a ramp or anything. So one of the phase tricks that I use a lot is if an enemy is up just like this and you see that they don't have a cone in their box, just like the last trick, instead of placing a cone and phasing it, especially if they're on the floor where you can't place a cone in their box most of the times, if they're holding their wall, you can spray their wall and always get a ramp through no matter how much ping you have. So they'll be holding the wall, but if you hold your ramp button out, you can place a ramp in their box. It works every time. And what it'll do is with a flash trick, it'll make them panic, but this time they're going to edit out from the sides or drop, so you can get a free box on them. So you spray it, that'll be their wall. They'll either edit out this way, or they'll edit out this way, which you most likely will get out of your sight, and you're just going to have to continue to fight. Or, as I said, they're going to edit down, and you can get a free pre-box there as well, which will give you the free elimination. They'll also try taking your thing, or you can just like if they don't get out, or just behind the wall and just try getting a kill on them, you know, because they can't place a ramp or anything. So this is definitely the most common phase trick you'll see a lot of people do, and especially if you're getting into Fortnite, you need to know this trick to get into people's boxes first try. This one's really easy as well. So all you have to do is, if you see your enemy boxed up, to get into their box, hit the wall 1 HP, so you can one pickaxe it, and then you want to place a ramp just like this, and your goal is to hit your head right somewhere in this area while holding the forward button and pickaxe swing at this wall so you get in first try. So I'm going to try doing it here. Just like that, you will get in, and as you saw, even though there's no one holding the wall would be placed right in between these two lines, but when I jumped, I got right here, which means I'm inside their box, and I can get a free kill on them. So I can try this one more time. So I hit my head right up there, and I landed right here. So even if they're holding the wall, if I get the timing correct, I will be in their face, in their box. And just make sure you have a cone or something in their box, or they don't have a cone, because so I recommend them not having a cone in the box if you're doing this, just so they can't edit or like they have a full piece on you. Also, I recommend only doing this trick if they're low, obviously, so you can just get a quick elimination, but I don't recommend hopping people's boxes like that unless you're a sicko. But yeah. So another thing you want to know how to do is, it's the same phase trick, but instead of a ramp, you want to make sure you know how to do this with an SMG, just so you might be able to get in faster and deal damage at the same time to the enemy. So this time, you want to make sure the wall is low enough so that the SMG can one-shot it, because your pickaxe does more damage to objects or like structures and stuff than guns. So what you want to do here is, you have a cone or a ramp, whatever, doesn't really matter, and it's the same thing. You just want to hit your head up here, so you just want to shoot this time the second you hit your head while sprinting forward. So let me try doing this. So just like that, I landed right here, and as you can see, if it takes a ramp here, I would be phased and I can just shoot them. And if it takes a cone, I would be just above the cone, I could shoot them, so they can't go down. And so with an SMG, you go further if you get the timing correctly, because you'll be able to go and do damage at the same time. So that's another really good phase trick to know. Just doing that with an SMG instead of a pickaxe as well. So this trick I really like a lot, because I don't see a lot of people doing it, and it's really effective to get into someone's box first try without them even knowing you're getting in. So all you gotta do is wall that they're boxed up on, like 1 HP, that you're going to do this to. And once it's 1 HP, I also recommend doing this with an SMG. And also, disclaimer, don't do this if your enemy is not 1 HP, because they might just like see you doing this and one pump you. But if they are low and you just want to get the kill really fast, then again, use this trick because it's really good. So if the wall is 1 HP just like this, just run up to it and SMG the second you hit the wall. I did that kind of badly. The wall 1 HP, and then you run up to it. Oh, I need to wait for it to heal. Okay, there you go. So it's like that. And now what you want to do is you want to run up, and the second you touch the wall, you just shoot your SMG player. This might take a little bit of practice, as it does for me, because I'm not the best at it either. But it's a really good phase trick that I like using when I can at some times. So this trick is a little bit different because this time you're not the one pressuring, your enemy is. So if your enemy is pressuring and you know they're low or something, if you're standing at the back of your box just like this, you can place a ramp just like that. And as you can see, when it turns orange or built turn orange, that means you're phasing it and you can shoot through it. So what you can do is, once you have a ramp like this and they're on this wall right in front of me, you can edit the wall like that. So you can do you're able to see them. So you stand at the back of it, you place a ramp, edit, before the ramp turns full health, so that you can actually see through the ramp, so it's not like fully orange. But that's a really, really good trick. Now we're gonna go to the last and final trick. So this final trick is something like the last trick I showed you, but this time if your opponent is pressuring you from above instead of your wall in front of you, if you're standing at this point in your box and you place a ramp, as you can see, my head is facing through the ramp, which means I can shoot through it. And once you look up like this, your enemy will think you're under the ramp, or they'll be confused like where you are. So they're gonna like break the cone, and then you can fire them, and they'll drop into your box if they're like standing above you and trying to get to your box. And now you unphase the ramp and they're under you. So now you can just like get a full box, and they're in your box, so you just do whatever you want. They might edit out, get a free piece or something like that, but it's a really useful trick to use if your opponent is pressuring you from above, because they won't see it coming. So yeah guys, that's basically it. I showed you guys 10 really useful phase tricks, and I hope they really help you. And as I said, if you want to practice them and get better at them, make sure you have a friend to do it with. And if you don't, you can just rewatch this video or something and just learn each trick carefully, and the ones that you want to use really carefully. So maybe you'll just memorize it and try using it yourself by brain memory. So yeah, that's it for this video. Make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe with notifications on. And if you guys want more tips like this on my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and tell me what type of tips you guys want, and I might just start posting more videos, as there is a delay in tournaments for a good 9 days, so I won't have any tournaments videos for that long. Also, if you guys want daily tips, I post like daily tips, like almost daily, like almost every day on my TikToks. I post a whole bunch of tips on there. My TikTok is Dark Mellow, YouTube Dark Mellow. I'll put it on screen right now. So go check them out if you want more tips, and make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe with notifications on again, and use creator code MELLOW, MXLLO, and I will talk to you guys in another one.